are in for a super treat as Colorado rocks the Rockies this summer here. We have brought to you the Husker Nation, and here's a couple things you guys will definitely want to know. These four, first of all, we have 4 of them to come. That's pretty nice. And they didn't hesitate at all. I know they had super crazy busy schedules, and they all said, yeah, let's clear our schedules and go to Colorado. So first off, just thank you for coming. But they have grown their business like wildfire, exponentially over the past 2 years. Literally, like, our back office would just be on fire. And all of us were sitting there like, what's going on? What are they doing? How are they growing so fast? And so we brought them out here to tell you their stories, talk to you about how they've been able to see so much growth in their areas. One of them's from South Dakota, the other 3 are from Nebraska. And so, which is kind of fun, like right out here in the big Denver city, we're getting to see people in smaller areas growing like weeds. So without further ado, I want to kick it off with our first speaker tonight. Happens to be somebody that the very first time I got on the phone with her, she told me that she wanted to own South Dakota, and literally, and I was like, whoa, yeah, let's do this. And I was super excited about that, and I asked her a couple of questions. You know, can you be coachable? Number one, do you have an insane work ethic? And what's the other one? Oh yeah, will you follow the system? And she was like, yes, I'll do whatever. And she can tell you the rest of that part of the story. But here's what I want to tell you. She hit the rank of Pro 7 inside of our company with flying colors and just kept going. She's a leader's leader. You're always going to see her doing what she says that she's going to do. Always. Even if it means driving back and forth from Nebraska all the time. And she's also a mom and a wife. She has 3 kids. One just got her driver's license today. And in South Dakota, you only have to be 14. And so she's 14 and driving. And I remember when her older one was 14 and driving. We won't talk about that. So anyway, she also has a counterpart named Shane that's not here with her tonight. Her husband. And they build a business simultaneously. So I'm super excited for her to grace the Colorado stage for the first time ever. And with that, please help me welcome Miss Kazzi Teel.
Tonight. My story has so much to do with what's going on in this room right now. And first off, I just want to thank all of you because I know all of you played a part in asking us to be here tonight. So thank you so much. And I got to hand it back to that lady right there. Without Amber Swanson, I would not be here tonight. Thank you. That phone call changed my life, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a bit. That phone call changed my life because she took me under her wing and she taught me what to do next. And so that's a lot about our story, you guys, is just keeping it so simple. You guys know that Amber's amazing. You know that she knows her stuff. And Amber, thank you so much for helping me change the course of history for not only my family, but for hundreds and thousands of other families. And millions to come, sister. So thank you. All right, so I'm Kazzi Teel. And I gotta tell you, my story is a lot like so many of your stories tonight. I'm a farm girl, born and raised in South Dakota. Pretty traditional background. I graduated high school, went to college. After college, I went out and started working in corporate America. And I was really excited to build a career in corporate America because I could make money. I was really focused on making money to take, just because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out there and I wanted to do big things in life. And so I put my head down and I learned about climbing that corporate ladder, and I loved it because I worked in a very fast-paced financial services environment. It was a great time to be building in the banking industry. And then something crazy happened. While building my career, I got married and had 3 kids. And it was amazing family, but I gotta tell you, I was about 10 years into my career. I remember waking up thinking, holy moly, I didn't know this thing called stress was gonna take over my life. I didn't know I was gonna lay awake at night, every night, worrying about what I didn't have done that needed to be done the next day at work. I didn't know that I was gonna be 5 minutes late to everything that my kids had. And I didn't know that my chest was gonna burn with anxiety every flipping day. Can anybody relate to that?
Yeah.
Whew, I remember that feeling like it was yesterday. But here's the thing, I had a family, and I had a financial obligation to take care of my family, and I didn't know any other way to take care of my family. So I just would dig in and do it every single day. Can any of you relate to that? Yeah. And I remember thinking, you know what? If this is what success is, I don't even know if I want it anymore, because it's just not what it's cracked up to be. And then something really cool happened. I got introduced to a better way. Now, little did I know that introduction to a better way was going to be a phone call that was something like this. Hey, Kazzi, you need to check this out because I think your dad needs to take a look at this product for his health. That's how my story changed right there. And so I remember taking one look at that ABC Primetime Investigative Report, knowing I wanted to be involved. Okay, I knew I wanted to be involved because I remember sitting there thinking, if this is real, I would totally take this. And then I remember thinking, if this is even half real, it's gonna change the world. So I did something crazy and I signed myself up to be in the business. Because I'm sitting there like, whoa, this is awesome. And I'm like, oh crap, I don't know how to do this. I remember that feeling of, what did I do? What if this isn't real? What if it doesn't work? What if my friends make fun of me? What if? That was about 45 seconds of the doubt. And then I thought, okay, what if this is real? What if it does work? What could life look like? Because in that moment, I wasn't praying for a bigger house. I wasn't praying for a nicer car. I wasn't praying for a family or for a fancy vacation. What I was praying for was time with my kids. And I thought, if this thing is real, if this thing works, and I could get my time back to be with my kids, this is amazing. And then something really cool happened. Amber talked about that back office. I get a phone call from Debbie Robinson. I have no idea who she is, right? I'm like, I knew they were going to sell my number to a telemarketing company, right? And she welcomed me to LifeVantage. And she started telling me a little bit about her story. And she was telling me how there's a way to do it. I'm like, what? Someone's going to teach me how to do this? And it was in that moment that I realized, okay, if I can just lock arms with somebody that knows how to do this, this is how it works. So in that moment, my belief was like this big, right? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it, and I was a little bit nervous, but I also knew that what we had was going to change the world. I just didn't know how to do it. So when I was introduced to some of the leaders, I'm telling you what, there are people in this room that changed my life. Debbie Robinson, thank you for that phone call. Because when Debbie goes, I don't know anything of the questions you're asking, I'm brand new too, but my friend Amber knows all these answers, right? So Amber Swanson picked up the phone and asked me a series of questions and said, look, if you're willing to do these things we just talked about, I'll help you. Adam and Tiana have been a huge part of our stories. We've been like partners in crime since day one, right? I mean, you would not believe the number of things that these two have helped us with as far as building our business. And of course, Greg had a huge piece to this too, but that was 7.5 years ago, you guys, where all of this started because I just thought maybe something was real. I thought, man, if this is real, and if this works, what if? So it was just simply a dream, right? It was simply having a vision when nobody else had vision, because the first 87 people I talked to about this thing told me, are you serious? That's weird. Okay, where are the guests? Give me your hands real quick. Guests, hands up high. Okay, so if you think this is weird right now, stop thinking it's weird, okay? Stop, because the first 87 people I talked to told me this was weird and it wasn't gonna work, but number 88 said, absolutely. What do we do next? And so that's where, that was one of the first pieces of our story, of just understanding that, okay, this is real, it does work, we just gotta find them, we gotta find the crazy ones like us, right? That was 7.5 years ago. This is what I'm gonna tell you today. Fast forward this thing now, we're not hoping that this is real, we're not praying this is real, we're not dreaming what could be. Now we know it's real, we know it works, we know this opportunity is huge, and we know we are sitting at the front end of something that's not only going to change Denver, Colorado, it's going to change Nebraska, it's going to change South Dakota, but we are sitting in front of the largest health and wellness trend any of us will ever see in our life. So if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what does, because we are changing the course of history, not only for our families, but we get to help hundreds and thousands and millions of other people do the same thing. So one of the things that we talk about all the time, we talk about business, and I'm not going to talk about this a ton right now, but so many of the times, When we come to this thing, when we think about a business opportunity, we start thinking about money, right? Because we all need money to make our worlds work. And I'm not going to steal her thunder because I know this is going to be talked about a little bit greater. But I'll tell you what, when things changed for me, because I'll tell you there was a ton of pressure up front, thinking financially, because I was thinking, okay, I've got to make this thing work so my husband doesn't make fun of me, right? Because he didn't really believe me right away, did he, Tiana? He made fun of us and laughed at us. But I'll tell you this, when you switch the focus from income to impact, that's when the light bulb started switching for me, right? And so here's what I'm here to tell you guys, is that I get the opportunity to bring up some speakers tonight that have absolutely changed my world. Because, for a couple reasons. Number one, these three that are going to talk to you tonight have a burning desire to change their story, right? They have a burning desire to change their story. They all come from different backgrounds. They all come from different places, but what they all want to do is they want to change the world one person at a time. And I'll tell you what, it is so much fun to lock arms with people who are positive and like-minded, who want the same things that you want, because you know what? When you find those people, they've got friends, right? They've got friends who are positive and like-minded and want to change the world. And then those people have friends. And that's the beauty of network marketing, right? I used to think network marketing was one of those weird things where I was going to have to go buy candles or go buy jewelry. I didn't know what it was. But what I realized it's about somebody who has a passion for something, who wants to go share their passion with the world. So I don't care what your background is. If you do network marketing or direct sales, and you are passionate about your product, good for you. Because I know when I saw this one, I saw it was network marketing, I was a little bit scared and like, ugh, it's one of those things. But then I was like, ooh, it's one of those things, right? Because I found something that I could get behind. And then when I was introduced to a group of people that had the same beliefs that I did, and we realized that we could get behind this together and have a whole lot of fun getting out there and changing lives, this thing went from this weird, scary thing that I didn't know how to do to, oh my gosh, I get to do this every single day. People ask me all the time, ooh, you still doing that thing? I'm like, what thing? My multi-million-dollar business? You kidding me? I get to do that every day, right? I do say that. Oh, that? My business? Oh, hell yeah, I get to do that every single day. That's what I wake up and I get to do. So for those of you that are here tonight, and I know that there's some of you that have been here from the beginning, like I've been here from the beginning, good for you, you're still here. Don't worry about the people who aren't here. Look around. This is your tribe. This is your posse. This is your gang that we get to go to work with every single day. And yeah, woo! That was weak. That was like I was in small. Okay, so what I get to do tonight is I've got the privilege of introducing some people that they're going to talk about. When we talk about this wellness trend that we're in front of, you're going to get to hear about the powerful technology that is changing the world from somebody who knows this world firsthand, right? Where you're going to get to hear about this incredible business opportunity from someone that knows about the world of business firsthand. And you're going to get to hear about the vision of LifeVantage and where this thing is going from somebody who's got vision and understands how to build a national brand company tonight. So I'm so excited. My notebook is ready. My pen is ready because I'm going to take notes. So where's your notebooks? Where's your pens? Yeah. Okay, so tonight our next speaker is somebody that you're going to want to pay close attention to, because this guy, guys, I'll tell you how I met him for the very first time. I'm driving in Sioux Falls. I've got 3 kids. They're fighting. Can anybody relate to this story? They're fighting, right? My husband Shane's back in Nebraska. He calls me up and says, dude, that's how he talks to me. You gotta talk to Nori's neighbor. Jeremy and Shane were buddies in college. I'm like, okay. He goes, yeah, you gotta talk to this guy right now. So I pull over into a dentist office on a Friday afternoon. Parking lot's empty. My kids are fighting so bad, I literally leave them in the car and I go sit on the curb. I start talking to this guy, and this guy's asking me all these huge questions about the studies. And here I am, you don't even need to know any of that. It's not even a big deal. Just know, nobody knows about the shed, it works, and I'm playing it off real cool. The cops come in because they think I'm like doing something illegal in this parking lot. Like they're flashing, like, I gotta go. Shane calls me back, way to go. That guy's the top salesperson in his company. He's a pharmaceutical sales rep. He knows all about this stuff, and you blew it. I'm like, ugh. So thank goodness Jon gave us a second chance, because I'll tell you what, this guy not only knows his stuff when it comes about the power of our products, but this man's an incredible business leader, okay? Incredible business leader. He's the first elite distributor in the state of Nebraska. He is charging hard, not only all over the state of Nebraska, but I don't know, how many miles did you put in your car last year, Jon? A lot, 60,000 miles, because he, along with the other 2 speakers that are going to be talking to you tonight, have a giant passion to not only change the world with change the world with the powerful products of LifeVantage, but they're going to get out there and teach everybody how this business works. So Jon Garner!
Thank you. And I'm not used to talking with a microphone. I talk with my hands a lot, so I'll probably be in and out. Okay. I'm also used to talking with a PowerPoint, and so I'll probably be jumping around, so I'm just going to apologize for that up front. But listen, tonight I get to talk about something that's very close to me because of the science that's behind this company. And I oftentimes don't believe that everybody really understands what this company has. It is so far ahead of its time, guys, you have no idea. And I get the privilege tonight of telling you that and telling you the story behind of why I'm here, okay? Because I was in pharmaceuticals, did very, very well in pharmaceuticals, but you know, it was one of those things where, think about this, I'm a farm kid, I go to the University of Nebraska at Kearney, I graduate, I get my first contract with this pharmaceutical company, and I think, really? Really? Anybody in corporate America? You get your first contract? Is it what you thought it was going to be? No, right? I was thinking, really? I just went to school for 5 years, and this is really what I'm going to be making? And then, truth, it's just the truth, right? And so then they tell me, well, Jon, you've got to work hard, you've got to climb that corporate ladder. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that, right? So went through this, right? Got every promotion there was to get, started climbing that corporate ladder, and there was one thing consistent with every promotion. More time, right? More money, more time, right? And it gets to a point to where you think, geez, I got 4 kids at home, right? And now I'm not seeing those kids at all. I'm flying all over the country. I was a national certified field trainer with my pharmaceutical company, and I was flying all over. And it would be like this. You guys know what Kearney, Nebraska is? Yeah. Right? It's 30,000 people, okay? And not a very big airport. Okay, so I would get a call, right, on a Wednesday or a Thursday that would say, hey, Jon, we need you in San Francisco on Monday. And I was like, well, you know, that means I have to fly out on a Sunday. Can we push it to Tuesday or Wednesday so at least I can fly out, you know, drive to Omaha and fly out on a Monday? And the answer is, no. Jon, we pay you to be here on Monday. And so that was driving me crazy. So I was praying for a change, I'll be honest with you. My wife and I were praying for a serious change. Not a lot of opportunity in a town of 30,000 people, right, to replace a nice 6-figure income, right? So praying for a change. And then here comes my neighbor, right? Comes right across the street. He opens the door because we don't knock. Okay? Okay. Walks in and he tosses me this blue bottle. And I'm like, okay, you know, what's this? I don't understand what this is. And he goes, hey, can you just look into it and tell me if it's any good? Okay. So I said, let me tell you, I'm not a huge fan of supplements at all. And so I went straight to the National Library of Medicine. You guys know what that is? You go straight to pubmed.gov. That is the National Library of Medicine. Most people don't know that nearly 90% of all studies, right, do not get accepted into the National Library of Medicine. So that is your first clue. Okay? So first I tell him, I said, there's not going to be anything on here. It's a supplement. 99% of all supplements that are on the market have absolutely zero science behind them. And so Jeremy, standing over my shoulder, I plug in our flagship product name, which is Protandim, and up came 18 peer-reviewed published studies that were not done by this company. Okay. So guys, number one, you have to understand, I knew there was something there before it ever started. Okay? That doesn't happen. You just have to understand, if you're not in the medical side, that's fine. That just doesn't happen. This is absurd. And so then I tell him, well, I'm going to have to read this stuff, right? And so I begin reading through these studies, and I am crazy super impressed. So I go to a few physicians that I know. And I tell them, listen, I don't know if I'm missing something here, but this stuff looks really good, right? Those physicians are business partners with us today. Okay? So everyone listening, guys, I get the ability tonight to talk to you about something that's incredibly special, and what most people don't realize how far ahead this company truly is in the field of nutrigenomics. This NERV2 activation is a really, really big deal. Okay, and if you don't know that or you think you know that, it's bigger than what you think. There are now over 10,000 published studies on PubMed on Nrf2 activation. Right, in the pharmaceutical world, I'll just give you an idea. I sold a product that was $1 billion product a year. One product, $1 billion in sales every single year, year in, year out. That product had 21 studies. Okay? It had 21 studies, and it was limited to gentlemen with prostate issues. Okay? So now, niche the market, correct? Are you following me? Very small market, niche market, 21 studies, $1 billion in sales. Okay? If you go to the largest product ever sold in the pharmaceutical market, $18 billion. $18 billion. It's a stat. Okay? Limited in market? Yep. Limited in market? Absolutely limited in market. Okay? So here's what I saw. I started researching this stuff, right? And you guys know that we now have, there's what, over 180,000 studies on PubMed for oxidative stress. 180,000 studies. Okay? It should begin to click. Okay? You've got over 10,000 studies on Nrf2 activation. This company has the first natural Nrf2 activator that lowers oxidative stress by 40% in just 30 days. That is absurd. There is over 13 pharmaceutical companies that are doing research and development on Nrf2 activation. 13. There's a product out there currently. There is a study that actually shows a comparative study between the two. You should take a look. Guys, the studies are absolutely remarkable. Okay, and you have to understand that where we're at with Nrf2 activation, it's ahead of its time. And I could not get this out of my head. I'll be honest. When I saw this, not only did I jump in and I bought a package not to do the business. Okay? Did not jump in to do the business. I jumped in because of what I saw behind health and wellness, and I wanted my family to be on the product. I wanted my friends to be on the product. And Kazzi says that it took the first 88, right, or 87, before the 88th person said yes. The first person didn't have a choice. True. The first like 10 people, they had to say yes. I didn't let them say no. And I just told them, I know what I know. And when I know what I know, you're going to take this product and you are going to take it forever. And it's true. Don't tell me any different. Right? That's my attitude. Guys, when you care for somebody, if you're in this company now and you have family and friends that aren't taking this product, that is a mistake. Okay? You have to go talk to them and you have to tell them that they must be on the product. Guys, and so here's how it went, right? So we got our family and friends on. Then all of a sudden, the family and friends were having success on the product, right? And so what did they do? They were telling their family and friends, right? And so all of a sudden, they would come back and they were like, well, why should I be taking this? And they would say, well, because my brother said so. That's me. So they're like, well, who's your brother? Right? And so, well, you've got to ask your brother some questions. So then I would get a call and say, hey, can you just tell them why they should be on the product? I'm like, well, sure. You know? So I went to talk to them about why they should be on the product. Well, then all of a sudden, some checks started showing up in the mailbox. Right? And I said, well, that's kind of cool. Right? Checks start showing up in the mailbox because I'm helping people with their health and wellness. You know, from that point forward, guys, we made a decision that we were being a little bit selfish. Okay? It's not just about your family and friends. If your family and friends deserve that product, so does everybody. Okay? And when everybody deserves that product, you've got to tell them. You have to tell them. That's how powerful this product is. You have to tell them. You have a gift, right? You have a gift that changes. This will be the most rewarding experience that you will ever have. The most rewarding, because the amount of stories that you're going to get and the amount of lives that you are going to change with this product is insane. In our short time with this company, right? Thousands of stories already. Thousands. People ask, well, how do you keep the energy? How do you keep going? Because every person that I talk to, right, is going to lead to somebody else that is absolutely praying for a change in their health and wellness. Right? Or they're praying for a change in their financial situation. This company gives you both. It gives you both. There is no better way. right? There's no better way. I could have stuck in pharmaceuticals, guys, and lived a fine life, a busy life, a life without time, right? A life without seeing my kids. But the fact of the matter is, this gives your time back, and I'm living proof of it, right? And I can show anybody how to do this, but you gotta tell people about it. You have a gift. Right? And when you actually think about why you're on this planet today, why are you here, right? Are you here to do what you're doing today? Right? Why are you here? Because if you really look at the purpose of why you're here in life, it's to help other people. Is there any better way? Right? I'm telling you, for $40 a month, right? For $5 a day, right? When you choose a Vitality Stack, or you choose our flagship product at $40 a month, or our Vitality Stack at $5 a day, right? You think that health is expensive at $5? You think health is expensive? Try illness, right? Illness will break your bank account. It will break a family, right? I told a good friend of mine, listen, I've been talking to him for a while, and he was over, actually before we were doing a one-on-one before I left Kearney today. That's where we were driving kind of fast to get here, because the one-on-one went long. But here's the thing, he wants to take care of his family, but he puts himself in the back seat. And I kept telling him, I said, Dave, I mean, if something happens with you, what happens with your family? You've got to take care of your health, right? That's number one. Right? And I'll tell you, by the end of the conversation, this is why I do what I do. On the way here tonight, or today, Dave writes, shared this with Jeremy in the car. Jon, I can't thank you enough for what you have done today for Susan and I. It is truly going to be a lifestyle change in more ways than one. Thanks again.
Yeah.
That is absolutely why we do what we do. Right? This nerve 2 activation is going to only get bigger. Washington State recently published a study that says that NRF2 activation will become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's Washington State University. That's not right? You go through these studies and you'll know why we do what we do. And if somebody, listen, we don't need to get into the weeds. Our job is to educate, right, and understand where people are at. That's all. Right? Educate and understand. Get people in front of the information, because I truly think when you look at the world, you understand that everybody in the world has oxidative stress. There's no avoiding it. Oxygen is the fuel. If you breathe oxygen, I think we all do, right? There's no avoiding it. This is the only product in human history today. The only product in human history. There's never been another one. In a human clinical study done by blood draw. Okay? Reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Everybody on the planet has it. So when you think about a niche market, I told you in the beginning about pharmaceuticals and the niche market and the billion-dollar drugs, okay? You don't think that we have a billion-dollar product when the market is absolutely everybody on the planet? Everybody on the planet at $40 a month, and if you understand what that product truly does, you are crazy not to take it. Absolutely crazy, guys. You are sitting on top of an absolute gold mine when it comes to your financial situation, right? All you need to do is get off the four-legged. I just heard this the other day. Get off the four-legged compensation plan. You guys hear this? I don't even know where I heard it. Does anybody else? I don't have any idea where I heard this. Was it Derek Dixon? Okay, well then this is a really good comment. The four-legged compensation plan. That's the couch. Right? It doesn't pay well. Right? It doesn't pay well. Like, you need to go out and you need to tell people about this. It changes lives for the better. There is no better opportunity out there than this. It can absolutely change your lives, but it's just a matter of sharing information and getting in front of people. Guys, this is going to be the absolute biggest opportunity that either passes you or you grab onto it and run. It is an amazing, amazing opportunity, and I love every second of every day because now in the mornings I get to take my kids to camp.
Yeah.
Right? I'm there, right? I get to take my kids to their basketball games. I get to coach like I wanted to coach, right? I don't miss things. I schedule everybody that knows me, I schedule everything around my kids. Everything. I'm not missing anything, right? That's the ability when you have a phenomenal opportunity, guys, and gosh darn it, I just gotta jump on it. You just gotta jump on it, you just gotta go for it, right? Don't regret not taking the opportunity. Anybody with any background, whatever you wanna do, you can do it. You can do it if you want to do it, but you gotta find somebody who's already done it, and you need to grab a hold of them, right? You gotta stay close with them, and because you're gonna need some help. We all need help. That's why these guys are over here, right? I need a lot of help, right? So I'll tell you, it's a phenomenal opportunity. Absolutely cannot believe that Kazzi brought this here to us. I get to bring up my neighbor, Jeremy Nore. This is the gentleman that introduced me. He took like 15 seconds to decide that he was joining this, brought this across the street to me, and I certainly wouldn't be here without him. I certainly wouldn't be here without Kazzi. So, guys, thank you very much. And I get
Okay, so the 60,000 miles that Kazzi was talking about, I'm going to talk about that quick. So John and I'm usually riding with him, so about 60,000 in this truck. It's been a fun ride, and you should see us two driving down the highway. The radio doesn't come on. Just, obviously, John's a good talker. So we're talking the whole time, so. I'm going to get this started. First thing I want to do is say, Team Colorado, thank you for letting us Husker Nation come out. My background is not public speaking, so you gotta bear with me. I've always been told you gotta find a safe zone, so I'm gonna say, I see this gentleman over here, he's wearing a Nebraska t-shirt, so we're gonna do my safe zone, right? So, my name is Jeremy Nore, like John said. I live in Kearney, Nebraska, I actually frustrated with John. I got introduced to this company about a little over 4 years ago. Kazzi's husband, he was a good friend of mine, we went to UNK, I was at the party, and he called me. I remember this very vividly. I was on a Thursday night, and he said, hey, I gotta have something you need to look at. And I'm like, okay, so for all the guests out there, you might relate to this. The first thing I'm thinking is like, okay, I haven't talked to Shane for 12 years, right? He's wanting me to look at something, so I'm like, okay, what is it? How much money do you gotta want for me? You know, I'm having these things run through my head, but you know, I got respect for Shane. And so we caught up a bit, and then he asked me to watch this ABC primetime, all right? So we did. I thought it was very interesting, and it actually was an investigative report that I did here in Denver on our company, actually, and on our products. So I thought it was very interesting, but obviously my background's in business. I've had several businesses through my career, some good, some bad. But so I'm running numbers, I'm running all this stuff. So Shane says he'll call me back in 15 minutes, and this is no lie. So he calls back in 15 minutes, and literally my phone died. So I was watching the video on my phone, and I'm on my phone all day, you know, so he's calling me back, and he's thinking, he tells me this the next morning, so I called him back at 7, he's like, I thought you were just gonna not answer your phone ever again. I'm one of those guys. So anyway, so I called back at 7, and I had 2 questions for him. I said, how many people know about this? He's like, nobody. Okay, I like your answer. How much? And he told me how much, and me being in business, I was like, okay, that's a really, really low entry for you to get involved in business. And I said, and me doing, just thinking about business and driving down the highway, I'm like, okay, Shane, I'm in. And he's like, what? And so, pretty soon, I'm not lying, I don't know how fast it went from Shane to Kazzi on the phone, getting a credit card. Like this serial there, with the phone. So, that's how I got started in this journey called LifeVantage. So, it's been a fun ride. Here's one thing I'm going to tell you right here. So any of the guests out there that don't feel like they have any time, I'm going to tell you where I was at that time. So if I had an excuse to say I had no time, I really didn't. Because I had 53 employees, 48 of them were field guys. I own an electrical contractor business. I had jobs all throughout Nebraska. So my job was pretty much drive job to job to job and do all my business on the phone, like saying over there. And then Fridays, my guys don't work, and so I go to my office to try to catch up on my paperwork. All right, I had that. I had a sports bar that I had started in Kearney. So I'm telling you, don't start a sports bar. It'll take a lot of time, and yeah. So there's that time. I have 3 now young ladies. At the time, they were a lot littler, beautiful girls. And so they were in all these sports, and so we were running, and then we just had life. So, but I still, being a business guy, I said, okay, there's a power of time, right? I didn't want to live my life with regret, just because I didn't say yes, right? I thought, like I said, it was minimal risk. So I said yes, which led to Jon. He wasn't my first distributor. I still remember signing our first distributor. And it was interesting because Shane came down and helped us get me started. And we were, let's just say, watching some footballs and maybe having a few beverages, talking to one of my friends that stopped by. He went to the restroom, he comes out and says, all right, I'm in. And I'm like, what do we do now, Shane? So, got Kazzi on the phone again. See, this is a team thing, right? You're gonna see this thing, it's a team thing. Here's what I'm gonna tell you about LifeVantage and the conversation and a little bit about all that. This is my first go at network marketing. How many people is this the first go? Yeah, it's a high percentage. I like to know because Darren Jensen's, he loves numbers, I love numbers. Because numbers don't lie, people do. And so, I want to say it's like 73% of all people in network marketing, or I'm sorry, LifeVantage, I've never done this industry before, right? Which is remarkable to me because, and a lot of them are having success. Like these fine people I get to write or come here to Colorado with, this is their first go in this business, so obviously you can have success in this business. That's why I asked, or her, I should say. I should not have been on Shane's list, okay? Because for 15 years prior to that, my wife was in direct sales, okay? And I was a very combative and probably very not supportive husband, right? The truth. I was mean. I've been apologizing ever since I've been in this company. But what happened was I joined this company, like I said, I just called on my way to work, forgot to tell Bridget that I joined the company. 3 days later, Shane shows up to my doorstep, and she had taught me for 3 months. So, but we hit Pro 3 in our first month, we hit Pro 5 by our third month, okay? And the reason why I tell you that, it's not to brag, it tells you because I had no desire to be in a network marketing company, all right? But they have a system, right? LifeVantage has a system. That's why all these people are very successful because we follow the system, all right? Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't. I know numbers, okay? I know, obviously Jon went through and he briefly did. He did probably the watered down version of what we have. He was really deep in the science. So we have a product that the science speaks for it. You don't have to speak. I mean, that's what I would say. I'm an electrician. I'm not going to tell you about science. I mean, that would be weird. So let it speak on its own, right? The compensation plan, I love our compensation plan. We have one of the best. So the lower and mid ranks make more money. I want to ask everybody here, if anybody's made a check in LifeVantage, can you raise your hand? Okay, well that pretty much explains if it works, all right? Anybody that has residual income, and this is what I'm going to bring up, this is what excites me the most. I'm going to tell you that this is what, that I didn't have in all my other traditional businesses. Does everybody know what tomorrow is? It's payday. Every LifeVantage that has residual income knows exactly what the 15th is. It's a very, very good day. Because I love seeing that email. So, I didn't know what residual income. And the closest thing I knew about residual income was rentals. Okay, and rentals come, that's not residual income. That comes with problems. That comes with plumbing breaking when you're on vacation, or whatever it might be. You know, and let's face it, it's not guaranteed that you get that residual income because people don't pay their bills. All right, that was the closest thing that I thought I had, residual income. The best way I can explain it is making a song once and then get paid over and over and over. Same thing here. As these products that Jon was talking about, which have an 87% retention. Okay, 87% of the time, almost 9 out of 10 people reorder our products every single month. And that's a big number because in Jon's world, he didn't talk about it. His retention on that $1 billion drug is 19%. So that just tells you one thing, our products work. Like I said, it goes back to the science, and the products work, and they sell themselves every single time. When that happens, you make a small percentage of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? That's what I love. That's what I didn't have in any of my other traditional business. Okay, when I had 53 people or 50, whatever it was too, it seemed like I was making more income, but I had more or less time. And then we kept growing with more people, and I got less time. And then I got less and less and less and less, where I was spending more time at my work than I was, with my family, the people I wanted to be with, all right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have all the money in the world, but if you have no time to do anything with it or with your friends or family, it ain't worth it. But I didn't realize that. I was in that rat race. The one thing I learned about this company in network marketing, as your residual check grows, you get more time. It's a beautiful thing. You get the best of both worlds. And so, really, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to shut this down because John went over, he likes to talk. And I really might want to bring up Shauna because she's amazing. From a business perspective, because that's my background, you really got to ask yourself, okay, the products, obviously they're backed by science and patented, they're exclusive only to us LifeVantage distributors, all right? That's a big deal. Our company, we're publicly held, we're traded on NASDAQ. For me, that's a big deal. Some people don't, like my wife doesn't want to care. For me, it was because it's very transparent. Every quarter I can see where we're at. Are we going in the right direction? Are they making the right business moves, all right? That's a big deal because I don't want this thing to be, I'm not saying anything bad about private companies, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes and that could be closing down. And listen, we're investing a lot of time and money in this stuff, okay? The compensation plan, it definitely works. I think 90% of the women that is here has actually received some kind of compensation plan, all right? Another thing, the last thing I would say, the most powerful thing you can ask yourself, can I do this? Yeah, you can, because we've done it. We did it with not knowing anything about this industry, let alone about this company. And it's because they have a proven plan to do it. And so that's the best thing about it. I'll say one thing about our team. What we do, we lock arms with each other, okay? And we help each other. We say, okay, if I don't understand this, John, I don't understand about this science, or Dr. Murray, I don't understand about this, or whoever it might be, we rely on each other and we know how we grow together. And it's a really fun thing. And I'm going to say the last thing, this I'm going to introduce to Shauna, is this is what the best thing that I've got out of this company, all right, or even this industry, is the people, all right? I've met so many people that I've never met because of this company, you know, and they'll become my long life friends, and that's powerful because and that's why John and I are on the road all the time because it is fun to go out and meet new people and show this and share this, you know, because this is a gift, it really is. And it's up to you if you want to, you know, if somebody wants to open that gift, but it's our job to at least offer to them, all right? So I'm going to shut it down. I want to appreciate you guys listening to us, all right? I want to introduce this next gal. It's funny. She's from Hastings, Nebraska. She's a mother of two. I still remember how I kind of got to know Shauna was one of our physicians in our group reached out to her and said, hey, listen, you need to look at that. And she was intrigued. She's a very successful businesswoman. And so John went over there and then actually got into explaining a little bit more. Before John even left, or after he left, he got on the phone with me. He was like, wow, this Shauna is really, really good. So not knowing that at the same time that he was on the phone with me, Shauna was already on the phone with other people to start sharing this business. Like that minute, she wasn't gonna wait.
Hey, not just maybe, it was $1 million.
Yeah, she knew $1 million in the MLM industry. Wow. And talk about first person she called. She just wanted to see it. You see, yeah. And I'll let her tell you if she wants to tell you that story. She's our newest Pro 7 in the state of Nebraska. I don't know, has it been, 18 months? She blew through the ranks. I'm just telling you, it's like, wow. I've learned so much from her. I'm so excited that she's on the team. So this is Shauna Mucklow from Hastings, Nebraska.
Right? That's awesome, right? I get to learn from those three. Those are the three I get to lock arms with. So, thank you. This is so fun. Shauna, that's my name. Woo! So, he told you I have 2 kids. Okay, who's here, mom or dad? In the room, mom or dad? Who has little kids? Okay, mine are, well, I'm gonna have a 13-year-old this summer. What the heck is that about? I'm not sure. But, do you feel like a taxi driver? Because I kind of feel like that. Taxi driver? Okay. So I have a husband, he's handsome, and he's really kind and nice and sweet and supportive. His name is Greg, and he's a mental health therapist with his own private practice in Hastings. And my traditional background is I'm a business owner. I've owned stores, I've owned 3 traditional businesses, all wholesale, retail kind of industry. And how this got brought to me, guys, is he's right. Jon Garner shared it with a physician who happened to be my doctor when I lived in Kearney. And she was my kids' doctor. But I hadn't talked to her. I had moved out of Kearney and I hadn't talked to her or seen her for about 3 years. But we ran into each other at a basketball tournament. And she reached out to me via Facebook Messenger. Okay? And she said, Shauna, I was great to see you last weekend, but we have run across a brand new medical technology that is going to be the future of preventative care. When I saw you, I thought about you, and I know you're going to be interested. Would you take a look at a video? And I thought, what in the world? Right? Like, what in the world? Why is my doctor bringing me something preventative? She's always kind of poo-pooed this preventative stuff that I've brought to her in the past. Right? Like, all right, I'm intrigued. What do you got? That's what I said. What do you got? I'll watch a video. It's the ABC video. And Greg and I watched it together, actually. Well, I watched it, then I made him watch it right after me. And he goes, yeah, we're taking that. How much is it? Where do we get it? And I call her back. Well, I didn't call her back. I'm kidding when I say that. I text her back on Facebook Messenger, and I said, how much is it? Where do we get it? Expecting her to say clinic. I did not think she would come back and say, my website. And I went, what the heck are you doing network marketing? Right? Like, that's strange to me. Why are 2 physicians doing network marketing? Now, I'm a little intrigued, because I'll be honest with you. I was not very kind about network marketing. I thought that's the way people played business. It's not real. That's just what people think they call business. That's me, because now I'm a professional network marketer and I don't want to be anything else. So I promised them that I would sit down and I would listen. A week later, they send Jon Garner to come talk to me because they're super busy in clinic. And he shows up, and Jon will probably tell, like, you can agree, I was really not, like, open about the business. Product, totally open. We're taking it, we love it, tell us about the rest, we'll decide what we want. And then I said, I'll let you tell me about the business if you can answer 3 things. Because here's what, I've been pitched a lot of these things, right? Because I'm entrepreneurial. People would come to me and tell me about the thing I needed to do that is going to change the world, right? And I've heard that a lot. They already had me at the science. Guys, who here has had a product story? This product has changed their health. It's called the biggest medical breakthrough in history. Do we think we have a product that's changing lives? Yes. Guys, they don't have to take our word for it. The National Library of Medicine tells them. Guys, did you know this? I read this today. Let me point this out. This is why I'm excited about this company. This right here, the future of this company. I read it on Arizona State, Arizona? Yeah, Arizona.edu. It's a study going on about NRF2 right now. Here's what it said. This is a leading cancer researcher, Dr. Zhang. That's the whole point of activating NRF2. Healthy people should have a daily activation of NRF2 so it can quickly remove carcinogens from their bodies. Whoa. Think we got something kind of important? Yeah. We have the only proven NRF2 activator on the market. If that doesn't get you excited, I do not know what will. Okay, moving on from the product. We already know that's important, right? So I said to him what I knew about network marketing. I said, if we're going to talk business, I need to know a couple things. I said, what is the annual revenue, of the annual revenue, how much of that comes from customers? Because in my head, a network marketing company was distributors buying product to make money on their product, and it was forever that. I don't like that. So he goes, oh, it's publicly traded, we can look that up. I went, what, we can look that up? Because I thought I was going to stop him. At that time, it was 81%. 81% of the annual revenue of this company come direct from customers. That also told me this product worked. Why in the world do customers spend money when they don't have to? Because the product works. Then I said, okay, cool. At this point, I had a jewelry business that we had scaled to a national brand, okay, 36 sales employees across the country. And I said, my husband and I were just talking about how hard the jewelry business was. We made all the jewelry, so it was a manufacturing, wholesale, retail kind of business. And I said, we had just literally had this conversation about a month ago. If we ever do any kind of other business, it will be with a consumable product that people need to rebuy over and over and over again. Okay, that's what we were always striving for in our jewelry business, was to make a product that people would have to, like every year, they would add on to or something like that, because repeat business makes sense. So I looked at him, I thought I was gonna stump him again. What's the retention rate? He goes, 87% on Protein. I went, 87%? Whoa. So now we have 81% of customers buying the product over and over and over again, 87% of the time. All right? Last thing. Remember when I said this? Can I make more money than you? So I said to him, I go, because that's the other thing I don't like about network marketing. Just because you heard it about before me, you always are going to make more money than me. If anybody knows me, I'm a little bit competitive. So I want to know I can make more than that guy, who I also knew. We were in college together, so I knew him very well. And I knew he was very good at...
So I told you, yes, but you won't.
That's exactly what he said. He looked at me and he said, yes, you can outrank me and you can out-earn me at any time. It's your business. Build it bigger than mine, but you won't. So now I said, all right, show me your compensation plan. And I was blown away. Guys, I was absolutely blown away. And because here's where I'm at. Kazzi's right, money is not the root of all evil, okay? Here's what I gotta say, oxidative stresses, okay? Money makes life easier. For me, it is not about making $1 million so I can have a bigger house. Dude, I drive a minivan. And if I had to redo it, my husband and I were just talking about this. I said, what would you, what kind of car would we buy if money was never an object? He goes, probably a really cool minivan. It's what makes the most sense, right? It's not gonna be about a bigger house for me. It's not gonna be about a bigger car for me. It is about that money isn't a worry, right? We were fine in business, we were good in business, but we were good in business. Only good. I wanted to be great. I was settling. That's where I felt I was. Even though we did well, I felt like I was just going through the motions of life. I was ready to make a bigger impact. And here gets something dropped right in my lap that is allowing me to make the biggest impact on people ever. Changing lives and their health every single day. And now, to not only, so I sold that traditional business 11 months into my LifeVantage business.
Yeah.
And I've been getting to do this as frequently as I choose to. But now that I'm starting to help the people on my team leave their jobs, talk about rewarding. So I've helped people change their health, but now I'm helping people change the way they live, including my own family. There is no greater gift to be able to help people. That's what we have at LifeVantage. So I'm going to sum this up. Products changing the world? Choose to take them. If you're a guest in this room, simplest decision you can make. Choose to put these products in your body every single day. Every single day, okay? The person who invited you here will break down those products in detail to you if you do not know what they are, okay? They are fabulous. Timing is everything. Kazzi talked about, she was able to ride this wave of, I think, 11 million to 200 million. Okay, because that's where we're at today. I'm not as that's cool. But you know what I'm excited about? This growth, month after month. We're in month 3 of exponential growth in LifeVantage. Month after month after month. That means momentum's here. People are finding out about this. I'm excited about the wave from 200 million to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Guys, we have the biggest breakthrough in medical history at our fingertips, and we get to know about it before the world does. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Now, I want you to know, because Amber Swanson said to me, I want you to tell people how you're doing this. You got to elite quickly. Tell people how you're doing it. Talking. Having conversations. Coming from the heart. Making sure that people are people and not they don't look like a dollar sign. Love people. Please use social media. Okay, I know that might be scary to some people, but here's what I'm telling you. What social media allows you to do is have conversations that you would not be able to have, because people live across the world, people live in another state, people live in another town. I met with a gal today who's going to be signing up as a distributor, who is somebody that I have not seen or talked to forever. The only way I was able even to connect with her was through Facebook. I don't have her phone number, it's been 12 years. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have her phone number, how would I ever contacted her? Facebook. We stay connected because we care about each other, right? We went to high school together. So I reached out when I was coming to Denver and said, let's get together for coffee. Guess what? One thing led to another. Had no idea she has the same heart condition my husband had, and one thing led to another. Oh my gosh, I need to know about this. You know, I'm moving, I'm kind of looking for a new opportunity. I don't know if it's right for you, but I can definitely share what I'm doing. It's changed my life. Maybe it'll change yours. Literally, just care about people. Don't look at them as a dollar sign. Keep it super simple. Jeremy's an electrician. He doesn't tell you how to reduce your oxidative stress. He says, watch the video. Right? I try and keep it that simple, okay? But here's what I'm here to tell you. If you love people, it doesn't matter how you talk to them. But if you can adapt social media into your plan, it'll go faster. That's what I'm here to tell you, because you'll reach more people. Okay? That's what I'm here to tell you. So, whether you choose to join this company as a customer, or whether you choose to join our movement and help us share this with the world, it is going to change your life. So I'm super, super happy that you're here and that you listened. And the distributors in the room, let's talk to more people faster, because it's gonna be us or it's gonna be someone else. That's where we're at right now. This is a movement, and it is not gonna, this train is not gonna stop and wait for us. We have to jump on the train and ride. Ride the wave as LifeVantage. Thank you. So we're going to give this to the manual selfie stick.
I have a job, kind of like the abominable snow monster. I too have a job, is to take the selfies.
Okay, everybody smile. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm going to bring back Amber Swanson. Guys, she's a rock star, and I thank you all so much for having us. And it's kind of an honor to be asked to come somewhere and speak. Who would have ever thought?
I just want to say thank you to these three people, because one of the things I learned a long time ago, when you launch your business, it's all about listening to your upline and learning what to do. Because honestly, if you really want to do this, and like Amber said, if you've got a burning desire to change your story, you're willing to be coachable and follow the system, you can do anything. And that's when you lock arms with your upline and you listen to them and just get to work. But where the fun is when you get to go develop a team and a downline, okay? So if you're worried about your upline, I'm telling you right now, the fun is in the downline. Because this is where the party starts right here, is when you find that group of people that want to come do this with you. So I just got to tell the three of you right now, thank you so much, because Amber, Tiana, Adam, Debbie, Greg, you guys got this party started. And you taught us what to do and how to do it by taking us under your wings. But where the magic happens is when you own your team and go teach other people how to do what you did. And I'm telling you, this guy led to this guy, led to this chick right here, and these three are so flippin' awesome. And I thank you guys for making my life great. And thank you for also changing the course of history, because without you, this wouldn't be here. So thank you guys, I love you.
Okay, give him one more round of applause. And now, everyone always asks us, like, how does Nebraska and South Dakota build? And they just laid it on the line for us, so super excited they were able to be here. Thank you all for coming. We'll all stick around here